Paul Bramstorff, who started third.
So, if you're going to exceed the track limit, oh,
what a move that Moto 3 Series goes all the way back to track limits too many times. And I think that Lipson leads them. You've got Fernandez behind them, Morelli there, Pugliese then.
I think he did. Again, he's on the green.
Got to be careful, boy. Well, then we've also got the number 77 Nico Martinez there. Here we are. Has moved his way back up to 5th position. He started in 4th. He wins.
Pole time was 1:48.2. Both of them did. Both the leading two got on the green there, and they've really got to watch that. It's a real problem.
Leading trio.
Yeah, that's right. So we've still got Veda Pitama leading, but there, you know,
that's how hard as racing gets for those guys there without it being unfair. Interesting, but it's a bit follow the leader. Clearly, the big chunks being find the limit, and then we're backwards from there. But there you go, Carpe finding limits and going even. TV Direction are listening in. I'd definitely like to get a look at.
Said I found out where the limit was.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what he crossed the line in 6th position. He's now been pushed all the way back.
Faster and faster, pushing harder and harder. He said, I ended up pushing so hard I was getting
action down to about 11th place, 12th place, even
fictional series. Right, back with that, mate. It is Chiesi who leads. Now he back to about 2 now.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, the pint-sized pocket rocket along with Rico Salmella. He's now one of the
tide gets in behind him as they go after.
But for the Spaniard, as I mentioned in the start of the broadcast, he's even.
There's the usual getting behind me. Let's just see.
There's leading the way. I got confused by the pink on the back of the helmet. Then
yeah, we're just coming up to half distance, and Veda has split. He's taken a penalty. That's already happened this afternoon in the MotoGP race.
Combined with the Junior GP, that'll do him a world of good.
And
Christian Daniel Jr.'s taken a shortcut there,
and he's got
a couple of others coming out of school in his Instagram stories the other week. So he's 13th spot at the moment, but that just shows how fast the pace is here with everybody throughout with the junior talent team. He's living over in Barcelona. Topini, 1:45.6 there, so he returns that. Yeah, quite. Well, it's all changed as well for Pitama.
So he knows what it takes to win around here.
So 140
past them.
No.
You know, that was the trick bit, not going through there in 5th. Really was the place that he just jumped into the limelight. Did absolutely.
Finds himself in 11th.
Yeah, and then that's no.
Daniel Jr. in 9th now.
Right, so now.
Plonk, who's back again for a 3rd season.
There's no green there, though, is it? That's interesting. I think there used to be, but that's all blue. So.
Old sparring partners for the European Talent Cup. Now in the Junior Gs, they will be merciless in the sanctions if you exceed. So this is that battle for 4th. Brilliant. Look at this. I mean, Carter Thompson a little bit wide before. Keeler's got the fastest lap of the race, although did he go wide again?
You know, a second quicker than they're now going. From here, especially exiting the last corner.
Veda Pitama.
They're lapping now at the 140, low 149s. But
although did they go beyond track limits? Gotta be careful.
I think they did. I think
taken out of these KTM production machines is happening behind this. Even further, Keeles going across the front wheel of Rico Salmella as well. That was positions 4 down to 13, I reckon, because this is all very. His manager tends to do as well. Marc Marquez always to 11. So clearly it's all action behind. I've got to say, actually, you know,
front end chatter. I had so much front end chatter, I ran right off the track. At least there's
13th place, I think, actually, with Mitani and Plonk there, because Christian Daniel Jr.
He didn't qualify on pole, but he was 3rd fastest. He said I was just going
behind. We're not seeing too much of it at the moment, but it really is all tallest in the field.
That's right, and I hope you all are watching Born Race as a sensation of Pitama, and the Riati is closing down. That's a 10 bike lengths lead. It's
taller now. He's come back. Remember last year, if you're watching Born Races, he was
whether Hakim Danish follows the script and gets in beside.
Keeles leading the way down to turn 4. This is an impressive return to action.
10 bike lengths lead, and Brian doesn't want to see him. He says
So Carpe leading. No, sorry, it's not Carpe, it's Keeler.
Brian Uriarte has seen the fact that Veda is splitting here. We're not even half distant to make sure that he doesn't gain an advantage, otherwise he'll be out for a long lap penalty.
Doing the full rounds, about 15 race weekends for him this year, the field at the moment.
And Veda for Pitama on 54, and somebody's taking a shortcut.
Spain at the moment. I think he's even going to an international school there as well. I saw him. Turns to action does the 94 Italian. He's in
Veda Ega Pratama menambah kabar buruk yang mendera pembalap Indonesia untuk akhir pekan seri MotoGP Prancis 2025 ini. Nuansa kelabu menaungi pembalap Indonesia pada pekan ini tatkala seri MotoGP Prancis 2025 digelar di sirkuit Le Mans. Meski hanya tampil di balapan turunannya MotoGP Prancis 2025, aksi rider asal tanah air tentu mampu mengundang perhatian tersendiri. Aksi mereka tidak bisa dilihat pada pekan ini yang dimulai dari Mario Suryo Aji yang berkompetisi di kelas Moto2. Rider asal Magetan, Jawa Timur itu harus absen pada seri ke-6 dalam kalender Moto2 2025 tersebut lantaran masih menjalani pemulihan. Mario Aji masih harus absen setelah mengalami cedera bahu ketika turun pada sesi kualifikasi balapan terakhir Moto2 Spanyol. Kondisi ini jelas merugikan bagi andalan Honda tim Asia tersebut mengingat performanya yang sedang menjanjikan saat GP Americas. Mario menjadi pembalap Indonesia pertama yang berhasil finish di posisi 10 besar dalam ajang Grand Prix. Dari rilis resmi Honda tim Asia, Mario kemungkinan baru bisa mengaspal 2 pekan lagi tepatnya saat seri Moto2 Inggris 2025. Menyusul Mario, Veda Ega Pratama menambah daftar pembalap Indonesia yang tak bisa tampil saat akhir pekan MotoGP Prancis 2025. Berkompetisi di 2 ajang sekaligus yaitu Red Bull Rookies Cup dan Junior GP, Veda harus menjadi penonton untuk pekan ini. Veda sejatinya tampil pada akhir pekan ini dalam balapan turunan MotoGP Prancis 2025 yaitu Red Bull Rookies Cup untuk seri Le Mans. Akan tetapi, dia dipastikan absen untuk pemulihan usai menjalani operasi akibat cedera di tulang pangkang fibula dan pergelangan kaki kanan. Cedera tersebut didapatkan Veda ketika tampil pada ajang Junior GP yang digelar di sirkuit Estoril, Portugal. Untuk musim ini sendiri, Veda menunjukkan prospek yang bagus pada awal musim ini di mana dia sempat meraih podium pada seri Red Bull Rookies Cup yang digelar di Jerez. Dalam rilis resmi Astra Honda Racing Team, Veda sudah menjalani operasi pada Rabu, 7 Mei 2025, di Barcelona, Spanyol. Kemungkinan besar, Veda baru bisa mengaspal lagi pada seri kedua Junior GP yang bergulir di Jerez, Spanyol awal bulan depan. Veda harus menjalani operasi karena fibula kaki kanannya yang retak. Rabu, 7 Mei 2025, di Barcelona. Bunyi pernyataan resmi Astra Honda Racing Team. Ditangani Dr. Gine Breda di The South Hospital, proses pemulihan diperkirakan 2 minggu. Setelah itu, Veda akan menjalani proses rehabilitasi yang tepat agar bisa pulih secepat mungkin dan siap beraksi pada putaran kedua Junior GP di Circuito de Jerez Angel Nieto pada 29 Mei 1 Juni. 2 pembalap Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama dan Kiandra Ramadipa beraksi pada balapan pembuka Red Bull Rookies Cup 2025 di sirkuit Jerez, Spanyol. Balapan 14 putaran dimulai Minggu, 27 April 2025, pole sitter, Hakim Danish langsung melesat memimpin rombongan. Pembalap Malaysia itu diuntit juara race pertama kemarin, Diran Uriarte pada posisi kedua. Di belakang, Veda membuat gebrakan yang besar. Start dari posisi ke-15, dia merangsek sampai posisi ke-5 hanya dalam 1 putaran saja. Tidak hanya sampai di situ saja, Veda menyalip 2 pembalap lain di depannya untuk mengamankan zona podium. Asyik mengejar Uriarte, Veda mendapatkan persaingan dari pembalap di belakangnya, Bernat Fernandes. Pembalap asal Spanyol itu menyalip Veda saat balapan menyisakan 12 putaran lagi. Sampai putaran ke-5, Danish masih terlihat nyaman memimpin balapan. Pada putaran yang sama, satu pembalap yakni David Gonzalez terjatuh di tikungan 5. Di posisi 3, Veda bak mengamuk dengan menyalip Uriarte. Tak hanya sampai di situ saja, dia menikung Danish saat balapan memasuki putaran ke-6. Veda sempat memimpin balapan selama beberapa saat. Namun, dia kembali melorot ke posisi 2 menyusul aksi solid dari Danish yang meladeni duelnya. Drama sempat mewarnai balapan usai Fernandes dijatuhi hukuman long lap penalti usai terlibat kontak dengan Uriarte. Kontak tersebut membuat Uriarte terpaksa tak lanjutkan balapan. Sementara itu, pembalap Indonesia lainnya, Kiandra Ramadipa terpantau tertahan di posisi ke-16 sampai balapan kurang 6 putaran lagi. Sebagai tambahan informasi, musim ini menjadi debut Rama di pentas Red Bull Rookies Cup. Berikut hasil kualifikasi, Q2, Junior GP 2025 seri Portugal di sirkuit Estoril, Sabtu, 3 Mei 2025. Veda Ega Pratama menempati posisi ke-10. Veda Ega Pratama jadi satu-satunya pembalap Indonesia yang berpartisipasi di Junior GP 2025. Pembalap Astra Honda Racing Team ini tampil apik pada debutnya. Veda Ega Pratama sempat membuat kejutan di hari pertama dengan menembus posisi 3 besar di sesi FP2. Catatan waktu terbaiknya saat itu adalah 1 menit 43,656 detik. Ia terpaut 0,605 detik dari Brian Uriarte. Pembalap yang mencatatkan waktu tercepat di FP2 dengan 1 menit 43,051 detik. Kemudian catatan waktu Veda Ega sempat melorot di sesi praktis yang digelar pada hari ini, yakni 2 menit 1,592 detik. Beruntung, pembalap 16 tahun itu bisa memperbaiki catatan waktunya di sesi kualifikasi Q2 dengan 1 menit 44,373 detik. Ia terpaut 1,012 detik dari pembalap Finlandia, Rico Salmela, yang tercepat dengan 1 menit 43,337 detik. Posisi kedua ditempati oleh pembalap Spanyol, Brian Uriarte, disusul pembalap Malaysia, Hakim Danish, di posisi ketiga.